A recent Harris poll finds 38% of Americans are refusing to shop at certain stores right now because they changed or abandoned their DEI policies. And diving into the demographics here, in this survey, Democrats were more likely to say they would stop shopping at companies that have political views they disagree with 45% saying they would dump a brand compared to 34% of Republicans. And that is a reversal. In recent years, conservatives were more vocal about dumping companies they deemed too political. Activists are calling on everyone to not shop today. Number 7's Wanya Reese is outside a Target store, one of the companies that is on the list of those retailers that people are being urged to boycott. So, Wanya, the question is, will this have an impact on these businesses or their policies or the economy?
Good Friday morning to you, Nicole. To answer your question quickly, no, it's really not going to have a huge impact. We got a chance to speak with an economics professor, and he says that a 24-hour economic blackout is just not going to impact companies like Target that strongly. But let's talk through this a little bit more this morning. While not spending at all stores is encouraged, stores like Target, Walmart, Amazon, Pepsi, McDonald's, and other large companies that have walked back their DEI policies are getting a special focus. The People's Union USA says they are fighting for the end of federal income tax, a corporate profit cap, and freedom and equality. But let's talk about the impact right now. MSU professor Dr. Alexandre Padilla shared not only will this not have an impact, but most consumers will continue shopping.
We should never forget one thing, is that no business is a charity. It is a business. They are all trying to maximize profit, and there are different ways to maximize profit. And sometimes those grassroots movements, while they have good intentions, right, they want to help workers, they want to help consumers. That can lead to backfiring because all kind of productive outcomes where you have less choices, less competition.
Wanya, you mentioned that this may not cause much of an impact. So what is the union doing to try and cause some change?
Yes, Nicole, that's a great question. So that organization, they're going to be continuing with boycotts into this month and also next month as well. So on March the 6th, they have a boycott planned with Amazon that's going to be running through March the 14th, asking everyone to not shop at Amazon. And also on a local and national level, you have a pastor out of the Georgia area asking his congregation not to shop at Target for 40 days. And the list truly does go on and on. We don't have enough time to talk about it, but a lot of people are trying to impact these companies like Target and Walmart in different ways, Nicole, to try and send them a message as they continue to roll back or eliminate their DEI policies.
Wanya, thank you. Also, just into our newsroom, a new inflation report out. While inflation went down a bit, last month saw the most drastic cut in spending by consumers in the past 3 years, despite the decline in inflation.